Welcome to Fundamentals of Audiovisual Installation and Crestron, a group that we have created in order to start educating and encouraging talent within our community.
I'm Dustin, founder of ProAVSchool.com.
I'm Gus with Core Audiovisual Inc.
And we've created this group because we basically see a lack of community for young AV guys. There's tons of Facebook groups and stuff that kind of do a bunch of stuff with AV. There's install nightmares, there's all sorts of stuff, right?
Sure.
And the problem that I see is that if you go in there and you don't really know what you're talking about, they just jump on you. Like they'll attack you, and maybe even well-meaning, but it's intimidating for people that don't really even know how to phrase the questions that they need answers to.
Okay. Well, I've been involved in AV for about 10 years. How about yourself?
Close to 20.
20. Okay, cool. You got me beat by double. But the thing is, I believe that we need to start creating a small group that can grow and encourage people in a friendly environment and start asking the basics and the fundamentals of what we do. We can educate you as much as we can, and if there's something that we don't know, we'll bring in colleagues of ours within the community to help educate and strengthen and grow the ranks.
Yeah, like for me, I'm a certified Crestron programmer, and you?
CTS certified installation technician, basic installs up to massive projects. I've been there, providing extremely professional service throughout my career. That's why people that call me, they don't look any other way.
And what I've seen in my career, I've gone through starting as an installer. I've worked as like a manager of technicians, and in that role, I saw that sending guys out for Crestron training and stuff like that.
Yes.
It is expensive. It's an investment that the company has to make. Now I know the training it's covered by Crestron as a dealer, but there's costs associated with travel. For us, it's 3 to 5 days in Canada, and you're out of commission for a week.
It reduces productivity, but it's a short-sighted strategy because overall, I think the more that you know and the better skill set that you carry as a technician, the more useful you are to yourself, your crew, your company. And as a matter of fact, your career trajectory should go up because you are more valuable.
Yeah, and I think the way that the economy and everything is going these days, you got to kind of take more responsibility for your own advancement. You can't just wait for people to think you're qualified enough to send you for training and kind of cross your fingers and hope, do I get a raise this year? Do I get more responsibility this year? Sometimes you just got to make it happen.
It's very complicated in terms of demonstrating that you're ready to be promoted or you're ready for a raise in salary. In this field, I think you are worth what you're capable of accomplishing. The more technical you are, the more experienced you are, the more results you provide, clearly you become indispensable, and that means that you have to be rewarded for that.
Yeah, and hey, a lot of the guys that own these companies, a lot of the people that started these companies have been working in the trenches. That's how they got started,
Sure.
20, 30, 40 years. And they're used to kind of wearing many hats and doing lots of stuff. And seeing their guys and girls that are their technicians, kind of embody that, it's probably going to give you a huge boost in your career.
Okay, so what's our main focus in creating this group? What do you want to see? What kind of individuals are you sort of attracting, and who do we have out there?
Well, as ProAV School, we're basically out there to educate. Okay. So we're constantly working on new material. We're actually releasing some courses that are going to help you guys to kind of get to that next level. We're going to help you kind of get into that rut.
Okay. What if I just have basic questions as to what is AV? How do I get started? What are the kind of tools that you guys need in order to be considered an apprentice, certifications? I see a lot of different trades that have skill sets and value that can be easily translated into AV. They may not know that. What kind of guys would help us?
Well, you're asking actual trades?
Yeah.
I think electricians are similar in a lot of ways to what they do.
Sure.
Junior IT technicians, like desktop analysts and stuff. I know for myself, if I didn't fall into AV, I probably would have been a help desk guy for some company supporting Windows and iPhones and stuff like that. And that wouldn't have really done anybody any good, I don't think.
My background is in recording technology, audio engineering, Pro Tools, mixing bands, recording live, and I noticed that that industry didn't really provide a sustainable income for long term with my aspirations. So AV presented itself to me as a means to starting a career that had future potential. I mean, started selling home theater equipment, and that developed into junior installation. You know, you work with smart people, you learn, you keep your nose to the grindstone, show up every day, and just add value and work hard. And then all of a sudden, you're a lead technician and you're teaching people how to do this stuff. They're watching you to see what the standards are. And then all of a sudden, you're put at a crossroads where you want to grow, you want to earn more money, but the business model within a lot of AV companies doesn't really know what to do with you at that point. You know, you aspire to either become a sales guy or a programmer like yourself or a designer. And the truth is, you start to undervalue all of that experience in building stuff and installing things and pulling cable and learning about buildings and learning about construction. So where do you go from there? Start your own company.
Yeah, and that's what some guys do. They'll start their own company, like an AV company selling stuff, or they'll just go out. Like right now, most of my work is I'm a contractor, a restaurant service provider, and I do programming services for a ton of different dealers all over the place.
Sure. Same here. I have a list of clients based throughout Canada. They rely on us to represent them professionally on site, and regardless of the scope of the work, be it simple hang and bang, TV on a wall plate with a PC, or a huge project involving multiple trades, multiple months on site. There is so much opportunity in AV that it's a shame that most of the governing bodies are all struggling with the same thing. What is that?
That's trying to get new people through the door.
Lack of talent, lack of good guys to fill the ranks where the old guys are starting to slow down. And you know, anything that we can do in order to strengthen the community of audiovisual, I think we owe it to ourselves so that we have smart people to come in and help us, because I can't do this by myself forever.
Yeah, me neither. And as you were talking, I was thinking we've had some discussions in the past about like the gig economy and how things are kind of moving that way. Just overall, it's kind of trending that way. And if you're kind of in this track where you're working for a company and you don't really have much ambition, and you're just kind of go with the flow.
Sure.
You'll end up just kind of getting pushed along as they see the need to push you along to keep you kind of happy.
Complacency is no good in terms of growth and expanding your horizons, becoming more influential in what you do. I mean, if you're comfortable with 9 to 5, keeping your head down, that's fine. I mean, there's quite a few people that like that, but the thing is, you know, got to be ambitious. Got to want to grow and go places. Everyone wants the big house on the farm with the lake and the cars and the private jets.
I know I've got a few private jets myself.
I couldn't care less about that, but I know that civilian travel sucks. So the point is, let's start educating people that are interested in AV as to what it is, and regardless of your experience level, and creating a little hub on the internet where people feel comfortable asking questions, gaining experience, maybe learning how to get a job doing what we do, learning about the tools, the fundamentals, the computing, the programming, what have you. I mean, we've been there and done it.
Yeah, like if you're in the industry and you want to up your game, you want to be around people that are going to push you and inspire you to be better version of yourself and expand your knowledge and stuff without being judgmental and very elitist.
Well, bringing an awareness to the opportunities that exist, because a lot of people don't realize that AV can start at $25 an hour and grow to $80 an hour, $100 an hour. And it all depends on how competent you are and the skill set that you bring to the table. There's so many different avenues that you can take, specialize in, but you got to start somewhere. So why not join us and start learning what there is? And maybe you might hopscotch over some of these dead-end jobs that exist and join the ranks of people that are going places.
Yeah, it's a really cool industry because you don't have to have 20 years of experience to really get yourself into a position where you're very specialized at what you do.
There's a lot of people struggling, jobs that I don't need to mention that are making $16 an hour, $17 an hour, and carrying the workload of multiple people.
But you got to work hard. You got to be willing to up your game. You got to be willing to join groups like this when the opportunity is presented to you and really be around people that are wanting you to do better.
So when you're ready to join us and get some more information on the basics, on the starting points, on the tools, on the training, on the certifications, on how much stuff is, how much are you worth, depending on the experience that you bring from other trades, what's the industry like where we're from. We have traveled, we've worked out of province, we bring quite a bit of experience, and just ask us some questions and we're here to start helping out.
Yeah. Basically, just go to proavschool.com/group, and that will give you a link that you can join our Facebook group. The other thing that we're going to do, we know that everybody's not a Facebook person, so I've set up an email subscription, basically, that you can put your email in there and get some updates from us when we have some relevant content to share.
I think the only way that we can be relevant is to provide content that enhances and brings value to the people that watch it. How do I fix this? How do I install this? What do I need? How do I get started? What is the minimum tools that I need as an apprentice to show up on site and be useful to my lead technician?
Yeah.
How about in your world with programming?
Well, there's a lot of things to just getting started. You don't even know off the get-go if you want to be a programmer or what's involved.
Can you program IT-based software and transition that skill set into restaurant programming?
For sure.
Okay, there you go, man. And you don't even have to do it full time, I imagine. I imagine you can do multiple things.
Yeah. It's a very cool industry. You can really move into the areas that are interesting to you, and that's what I've done throughout my career, and I think those opportunities still exist.
Okay, well, let's get started.
ProAVSchool.com/group. Hope to see you guys there.
See ya.